Hi gang, Scott Houston here. Welcome to my studio. Hey, what I want to teach you in this little clip today is something that you've heard played a million times and I've used forever and ever, and I've never really known a name for it or found a great way to describe it. And I was actually reading a book this morning, literally, and saw somebody refer to this as backtracking. So I'm now going to describe that to you, and it's really something that I think is going to kind of work its way into your playing no matter what style you're doing, and something you'll use probably for the rest of your life. So come on, let's dig right in. Okay, now what I want to teach you today is something, again, that I heard the term used, backtracking, for the first time, so I guess I'll call it that too. What it really does, it's a tool to help accomplish getting your piano playing to sound more interesting when you're stuck on the same chord for multiple measures. Even, for example, let's talk about the blues. The first four measures of the blues, if you're playing it in C, are just a C chord, so you're just kind of stuck on this chord for four measures, 2, 3, 4, and then you go up to the F chord for 2, then back down. Well, whatever you're doing, this technique allows you to just play around a couple chords, and it just makes it more interesting. It sounds like this. I'll do it in kind of a rock pattern. Or you can also do maybe more of a gospel-y sound, would be like. That type of thing. So here's what it is. Imagine if you're, I talk about this a lot. Let me just number the notes. If a C is a 1, I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4. So what you're doing is moving, it's backtracking from the chord you're on to a 4 chord before it. And so the 4 chord, if this is a 1 chord, I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, then the F is the 4 chord. All right? So you'll play, that's really harmonically what's happening. So you're able to just switch back and forth and just to shift away for a minute to the 4 chord and then back to the 1. But you'll notice the better way to play that, and the simpler way to do it, is if you just have a triad, a major chord being played like C, E, G, just take the top 2 notes and move up 1 note and back down. That's it. Because what you're doing, instead of playing the F chord like this, imagine if I put the C on the bottom, it's like this. So there, I'm just accomplishing that chord this way instead of this way. So now it's a much smoother shift to go from the C to the F and back to the C. And that's really it. It works that way on any chord. If you just take the top 2 notes of a major chord and move them up like that. All right? So then it sounds like this. I'm going to play the root in my left hand. It's you want to predominantly stay on whatever the chord is you're on. It just gives you a little something to move off of a little bit. And say you want to play a 7th instead. If you're playing the blues, I'll play a B flat to make this a C7. So if you could slide up on the 3rd, it sounds good too. Now you need to go ahead and change it when you move chords. So for example, if you're then going to be stuck on the F chord for a while, say we're on an F chord, I'll do it down here. Well, here it is. There's that same move. Okay, you're moving from the F to the B flat chord, but you're doing the same movement. So that's it. So if you have kind of a rock pattern going, you'd be playing it straight, something like. Something like that. If you're doing, like I said, more of a gospel-y sound and shuffle thing, you could, play some bass in like I was playing, like here. Then you go to the F. I'll do. And on and on. You could also, you could play that, like I said, with the shuffle pattern that we usually do, our blues pattern, this one. Those of you that have been with me for a while have seen that one a million times, so this is like. Then go to the F. Something like that. that. So I don't want to get too much deeper about that, but here's the idea. It's just whenever you're stuck on a single chord, play the chord, and then feel free to jump to the 4 chord above it. And the easy way to do it is to just move your top 2 fingers, right? Like that. So I hope that's something you can just kind of work into your playing a little bit and know that it just gives you a little bit more variety when you're stuck on the same chord for multiple measures. Hope that helps, and we're going to call that one backtracking.